What happened?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing? You've been away ages.
Well, Jude's in the clear.
What about you?
Davo tore strips off me.
Oh, is that all?
That's a bloody enough. Have you ever had the sharp side of Davo's tongue?
Still, we thought she might have thrown you in solitary or something.
Nah, they wouldn't do that because she's got a dicky ticker.
I've taken away my privileges for a month.
Oh, yours and everyone else's.
No, they wouldn't do that to you lot on account of it wouldn't be fair.
No, I wouldn't count on that. But if it does happen, I'll make sure you don't miss out on anything.
Tarby.
Something else, isn't there?
She made me tell her how I got the stuff. I didn't want to mention any names, but I reckon they'd find out from the rest of the info. And the blokes at Woodridge would know it was me who dobbed them in.
Oh, crabs, I wouldn't like to be in your shoes if we ever end up back there.
I didn't want to lag B. But she wouldn't believe anything unless I told her the whole story.
I can't be helped, love.
And all the time the freak was standing there like the cat's whiskers.
A coroner's inquiry into the recent fire at Wentworth Detention Centre has found that the fire was probably caused by one of the inmates, the late Heather Trapp, 19. Trapp's body was discovered near the source of the conflagration. It is thought that Trapp started the blaze as a diversion, while another inmate, Barbara Fields, 23, broke into the governor's office in an attempt to secure files of a confidential nature. Fields was overcome by smoke and collapsed fatally after ransacking the office. Forensic evidence indicates that a Molotov cocktail was used to set alight the major electrical control system. Damage to the complex is estimated at being in the vicinity of $1.25 million.
Marvellous, isn't it, what they do to avoid a scandal?
Stinks.
Well, Latham and Smith are lucky the others are so conveniently dead.
It stinks because the person really responsible is going to get off scot-free.
Well, I don't think Smith will find the visiting justice quite so lenient. It was clever of you to get Birdsworth to own up. How'd you do it?
I didn't. She volunteered.
Oh, well, I suppose you, knowing their peculiar code of honour, told them about Bryant. Lost your appetite?
I'm on duty in the dining room.
It's a good enough reason. Staff room? Here, I'm on my way.
Well, there's no previous record, so we don't have her prints. You'll have to get them now.
Fine. OK, Carter, step up.
Well, anything wrong?
No. Your name is Jean Mary Carter, of no fixed address. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
You've been charged with stealing property not exceeding the value of $250 and assaulting a police officer, and have been sentenced to 1 month's imprisonment. Is that correct?
Yes, Miss Ferguson.
Fine. We'll take it from here.
Well, keep yourself nice, Jean.
OK, Carter, let's have your possessions. And I'll have that, too.
What?
Never been inside before, eh?
What are you doing?
I'm making the Harbour Bridge.
I'm sick to death of sitting here with nothing to do. I've got a good mind to go and join Lizzie in bed.
You wouldn't find that very entertaining. I wonder when our hearing's coming up.
Pretty soon, I reckon. Here, it's not looking very good for us, is it?
Come, Moffat. Assault and willful damage is a lot better than arson and murder, mate.
Yeah, that's if they stick to the deal.
They can't afford not to.
This is Jean Carter, ladies. I'm sure you'll make her welcome. And, by the way, Carter is not subject to the penalties imposed on H. Block before she arrived.
How long are you in for?
Month.
I see. Could be useful.
Useful? How?
Well, you haven't lost your privileges, see? But we have.
Well, I don't understand. What privileges?
Well, buy up for one. We might just be persuaded to accept a contribution or two from you, just to show your goodwill.
Like what?
Oh, I don't know, a packet of fags, pickies, cards, anything like that.
But I don't have any money.
We'll see you're all right.
Well, I don't know. Why should I stick my neck out for yous lot?
Because now you're one of us. And here it is share and share alike. Isn't it, girls?
Yep.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Good.
I don't like it.
Eh?
She could be a spy or something.
A spy? What are you talking
The
about?
screws could have put her in here to get evidence against us.
You're getting paranoid, you know that?
Well, why should she do us any
Because she
favours?
has no choice.
Oh, yeah. So what's Ferguson doing? Point it up to us like that.
Ferguson, as you well know already, is a brown arm from way back. She just enjoys stirring.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Powell.
What are you doing here?
Just holding the fort while Heather delivers some memos. The governor called a staff meeting for this afternoon.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
Oh, then you know all about the little upset yesterday. You know, the governor seems to think...
You're supposed to be convalescing.
Oh, well, I couldn't very well take all that time off while we're so short-staffed here, could I? Besides, the department made it perfectly clear they'd appreciate me back as soon as possible.
Did they?
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm perfectly fit, really.
Well, if anybody needs me, I'm with Mrs. Davidson. What is going on, Mrs. Davidson?
As I told you on the phone, the staff meeting...
No, I am not talking about the staff meeting. What is Ferguson doing back on duty?
Miss Ferguson has assured me she is quite capable
Mrs.
of... returning.
Davidson? Joan Ferguson has been a disruptive and perverse influence on this prison from the very day she started.
There is no proof.
No, please. Let me finish. Okay, it's true. We don't have any proof of her corruption. But the mere fact that we've tried to get the proof surely shows the problem exists. And we can be pretty sure she was a catalyst in the events leading up to the fire. So it is sheer madness to bring her back under the circumstances. My God, it's only going to antagonise the women and demoralise the rest of the staff.
Have you quite finished? Then I shall try to explain the situation as I see it. Miss Ferguson has an impeccable record. There is absolutely no evidence to support the accusations that have been brought against her. I can't object to her returning to work simply because the prisoners dislike her.
They hate her.
If I were to reject every officer in that category, I wouldn't have any staff left at all. Furthermore, you and the department went over my head in making an arrangement with the prisoners, which has virtually quashed any possibility of an open inquiry into Miss Ferguson's actions before or during the fire. You were also in charge of the women's return from Woodridge, which makes you responsible for them not having been searched properly. I might point out, Mrs. Powell, that the department is far more concerned at the moment with your competence as deputy governor than Miss Ferguson's ability as an officer. I suggest you consider that before making any actions which the authorities might consider as vindictive.
She's a flaming hypocrite, that Judy Bryant.
Why?
She dobbed you in, didn't she?
Not exactly.
She dobbed me in when I shot through from Barnhurst. You can never trust them do-gooders. Like little Meggie Morris over there.
I thought she was supposed to be a tame screw.
Tame? Weak as bloody water. God, I'm bored. There's got to be something we can do. Hey, B, let's have a game or something.
What do you suggest? Water polo?
How about volleyball?
Hey, yeah, all of that stuff used to be in the shed, didn't it? So it'd still be okay.
Yeah, that's right, isn't it, Mrs. Morris?
Well, I suppose so. I mean, the storage sheds weren't touched by the fire.
Oh, there you go, then.
Extraordinary how attractive a thing becomes when it's banned.
We still have to get our exercise.
You don't need equipment. You want exercise, try touching your toes.
What do you say, Mrs. Morris?
Miss Ferguson's right. The governor has banned your use of recreational facilities.
The meeting's due to start any minute.
Coming.
This is just plain bloody stupid.
see what I can do.